assembly back on the BMW, and I'm going to show you the correct way to install a wheel and tire. So the European models use a lug stud where the nut is actually attached to the stud, so it's a little more difficult to get the tire up there and centered. I'm going to proceed to get all of these started. And the reason they do this is kind of obvious. When you're replacing lug nuts, you're replacing studs at the same time. We are going to use a proper torque sequence and a torque stick, and then we are going to go over these with a torque wrench to ensure that we have the wheel tightened evenly into the exacting specifications. So I have looked up on ALLDATA the torque spec, and it is 120 Newton meters. So I am in the process of setting the digital torque wrench to exactly 120. And I have selected a torque stick that is 90 Newton meters. So the torque stick is designed to help prevent over tightening of the wheel tire assembly, but it will not stop me from over tightening it. So if I continue to hold the trigger on the impact gun, this is designed to start twisting at 65 and not put any more torque on the socket. But obviously if I still stand here and do that, it will continue to do so. So the idea is I just do that until they're snug, and then I want to make sure that my torque is accurate, because I have no way of knowing if that gun I just used was even capable of putting out 65 foot-pounds or 90 Newton meters. I'm just assuming that it was. So the proper way to verify this is to lower the vehicle, but not all the way to the ground. I am lowering it enough that when I put the torque wrench on the lugs, the tire isn't going to spin. And the other reason I don't put the full weight of the car on the assembly right now is if by chance it wasn't tight, the deflection of the wheel, as I was torquing it, the torque wouldn't be accurate, because it would be, some of that torque would be used to try to pull the rim up against the hub. But in this case, I know I have it tight enough. So I will continue to torque until I hit the green, trying not to over torque. And I am following a cross pattern or star pattern, if you will. And just going over it one more time. That is the proper way to install a wheel tire assembly. It prevents damage to the rotor, and it prevents damage to the rim, the studs, and eliminates the possibility of losing a wheel.